Your proposal is outrageous.
Not if you consider losing $3 billion if you don't settle. So what'll it be? Sign over Beauty of Nature, and Victoria and Abby will cease litigation.
My client and I need a moment.
We'll take a short break.
So this is what it was from the beginning, wasn't it? This is what you wanted.
It wasn't, Dad. You pushed us into a corner.
Who talked you into this? Jack Abbott or Tucker McCall?
Oh, I see. So I'm not your pawn anymore, so I must be theirs. I see. This is what I want.
I don't believe you.
Of course you don't, because you've always underestimated me.
This is what you want to?
I would never have put this proposal on the table without my client's prior approval.
You're both being used. I'm disappointed that my daughters don't see that they're being had.
Mr. Newman.
I was willing to go halfway. To meet you halfway. But no more. I built Beauty of Nature from the ground up, as I built everything I own.
That is so true, and you're gonna take credit for everything, just like you always do. I just love that so much, because you've conveniently forgotten how much I had to do with the success of that company. Dad, you may have founded Beauty of Nature, but you completely ignored it, and I am the one who turned it into a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
You're deluding yourself. That happened under my guidance. Beauty of Nature is my company, belongs to Newman Enterprises, and no one will get their hands on it.
Shall we proceed? Mr. Baldwin.
Your Honor, my client, in good conscience, cannot consider this offer. The company in question, Beauty of Nature, is worth far more than the already inflated price the plaintiffs are seeking.
Are we supposed to take Mr. Newman's word for this? The only way to confirm the true value of Beauty of Nature and the two trust funds is to have access to the parent company's books. I implore you, Your Honor,
Your
to
Honor,
compel Mr. Newman to turn over his financials.
This is
so
ridiculous.
We can see exactly what this man's been spending my client's money on.
If this were a publicly traded company, that would be a valid request. But Newman Enterprises is run and operated solely by Mr. Newman. His business practices are his provenance and his provenance alone.
Counselor, that doesn't exempt him from the rules and regulations regarding his daughter's trust fund.
Mr. Newman, are you making a counter proposal?
No, sir, I'm not.
Not at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take another look at your written statements, and I am going to consider Mr. Abrams' request. We will reconvene shortly.
You can stop this.
What, by giving them Beauty of Nature under no circumstances?
I'm advising you to make a counteroffer. Otherwise, you will end up in court, and the only people who will win are Vance and me, with all the billable hours you and your daughters will be racking up.
Under no circumstances will I give them Beauty of Nature, okay?
Think about what this is doing to your family, to Nikki.
Her relapse has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
This is tearing everyone apart. Trust me. It's as hard on Abby and Victoria as it is on you.
It's very hard on Abby, I can see that. But Victoria, I gotta be honest with you. I've never seen so much spitefulness in my daughter. And never have I been as angry as I am now.
He's giving us the death stare.
Yes, that's because he's not getting his way.
What if we lose?
Well, You may not get everything you want, but you will get a nice chunk of change out of this.
Oh, you mean like the nice chunk of change that we've already turned down?
Abby.
Potentially much, much more. Excuse me. I've checked my messages.
Abby, you knew that Dad was gonna go ballistic when you didn't accept his offer, right? He thought that you were weak, and he thought that he couldn't divide us, but now he's realizing that he can't manipulate us, and it's killing him. Now, you want him to treat you like a person. You don't want him to treat you like a little child that he can shove around and push in a corner. You want him to respect you, don't you?
Yes, I do. Of course I do.
Whatever it takes to get what he wants. He will keep rolling over us unless we stop him. I am completely convinced that we're doing the right thing here. I told you what he tried to do to me before I went into this mediation. I told you that.
I know that he completely clobbered you with that info about Nikki.
He should have called me. He should have called me the second that Mom went into rehab. But instead, he tried to use it to gain the upper hand. And let me tell you something, that is completely loathsome. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay.
Talking about your father.
What happens if we do get access to my dad's books?
A forensic accountant will have to go over everything. No telling what secrets Victor's been keeping.
Our trusts could be extremely, extremely undervalued.
And with that knowledge, I have a hunch you could win big, big.
Thanks. Is Dad in there?
Yeah, I didn't want to go in. He's really scary right now.
Yeah, I know. Angry glares are his specialty.
Well, you grew up in the house with him, so you're used to it. I'm not.
Abby, I know this is very difficult. But it's gonna be for the best, okay? I promise you.
See, you're the oldest, okay? You've had to stand up to Dad. You had to blaze a trail for me and Nick. I'm the baby. Dad has pretty much given me whatever I've wanted up until now.
Know. That's because you haven't gone up against him before.
What if he never forgives us?
You see that right there? That's how he wants you to think. That's exactly the problem. It's his ultimate weapon. Do whatever I say or else I'm gonna withhold my love. It's ridiculous.
I'm just afraid that we're gonna push him too far.
We have each other, right?
Judge Phelps is on his way, ladies.
Kindly send my regrets and tell them this took longer than expected. We reschedule next week, right? Okay, we are back in session, so I'll call you when I finish.
Well, I reread the briefs, heard statements from both parties. I wish we had made more progress here today. However, neither side seemed willing to compromise. I agree with Mr. Abrams. Without a complete accounting, it's impossible to establish the full merits of this dispute. Therefore, I am issuing a court order compelling Mr. Newman to turn over the financials of Newman Enterprises forthwith.
Victor.
You stayed solid. You didn't give in. Nice work, ladies.
It was not supposed to go down this way. The whole point of my suit was to get my trust so that I could do whatever. Now it's turned into some battle over beauty of nature, a stupid company I don't even care about.
No, stop it. If we get it, we win.
You win. You turned this into your own personal battle with Dad. I started this lawsuit on my own, and I should have finished it that way. God, I wish I would have taken him up on his offer. Excuse me.
Abby.
Victoria. I assume Victor told you your mother's in treatment?
Yes, he did. Although he failed to mention where she is. I had to call Maggie at the ranch and find out that she's at the Solidarity House.
I'm sorry this is happening, especially now.
My mother or the lawsuit, Michael?
All of it. I mean, Nikki's health should be the most important thing right now. She needs your support, but this dispute between you, Abby, Victor, it's a lot of pressure on the family. It's a shame.
Michael, are you blaming me for this?
You know your father's pride. You confront him in public, he's not going to back down. There are other ways of dealing with this.
Right. So I should just surrender. Is that what I should do?
I was hoping that I would not have to see you destroy each other.
Michael, how many times have you seen my dad take down the opposition? And here you are representing my father against me in this lawsuit. And you're trying to use my mother's relapse to manipulate me just like he is. You're better than that, Michael. Hi. My name is Victoria Newman. I was told to wait here to speak with you. Is everything okay? I'd like to see my mother now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Well, if she's in a therapy session, then I'll just wait until she's done. It's not a big deal.
You're not permitted to visit.
What? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. What do you mean?
What's going on?
She says that we're not allowed to see Mom. I don't-
Just you. You're listed as unauthorized to visit Mrs. Newman.
No, it's got to be a mistake. This is her daughter.
You know what?
The call came in a short while ago, barring Victoria.
I get it. Yeah, this is Dad. This is his doing. He's trying to punish me because I wouldn't knuckle under. That's just great.
Okay, that should be up to our mother, and she will definitely want to see Victoria.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. I cannot believe that Dad would let Mom stay in here all night without word from either one of us. She must think that we're angry with her. You have to go in there and tell her that Dad didn't tell us about this until today.
Well, actually, I talked to Dad yesterday when he checked Mom in.
He called you?
Yeah, I called him on his cell. I thought they would be on their way to Vegas. Then he told me what happened, so I came in to check on Mom.
Wait a second. Was this before or after we ran into each other at Crimson Lights?
It's before.
Why didn't you say anything, Nick?
Dad asked me not to. He told me he wanted to be the one to tell you, and I just assumed that he would tell you right away.
We were talking about their elopement. You let me go on thinking that they were married and that everything was okay. What is wrong with you? You and Dad can both go to hell for all I care.